want to first start off by saying thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to each and every single one of you. This is a fairly large group. And I was on the phone with Melissa yesterday. She was like, there's about 200 people in the room. And I was like, okay, let's do this, right? Like, we can do this. So, I just want to first start off by kind of talking about my story and the story of, my parents. That's really where it all starts off. And my parents are originally from Eritrea. How many of y'all know where Eritrea is at? This is surprising. I can't lie about that. Every time I tell someone I'm from Eritrea, they're like, where? They're like, where is that? I'm like, it's a small East African country north of Ethiopia, right on the Horn of Africa. And they're like, okay, I think we know where that's at. But that's very surprising. And back in the early 90s, they immigrated here for better opportunities. During that time, Eritrea and Ethiopia were in a really brutal war. And for the future of their children, they came here working tirelessly. Now, I remember when I was like a little kid, and my dad would work like 16, 17-hour days. And he would come home, and I'd be waiting for him, probably watching like Nick at Night or something, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, who knows. And, he'd come in the living room, and I'd say, hey, Dad, like, why are you working so hard? And he told me, so that you can have a better opportunity than I did. So you can have better resources than I did, better tools. And at that time, I didn't really get it. I was like, okay, there goes my dad again, just rambling on. But now I realize that what hard work does for you, the sort of opportunities that it gives you, and that through all the sacrifices that my parents made, the sort of life that I will be able to live. So I am the son of hardworking immigrants, and I think that currently in the United States, we've had a huge issue in the treatment of our immigrants and the people who are really building this nation. And I think that it is up to each and every single one of us to really, really work hard to make sure that this is not only a home for all of us, but also for every single person who has immigrated here. Now, like early on, growing up, and really understanding the sacrifices that my parents made, I was like, wow, like, if they're gonna work this hard for me to be here, and they've sacrificed everything that they have to live the life that I am living, I gotta take advantage of this opportunity. And because of that, I've been so blessed by the University of Washington from an early age with significant investments in my development. Starting off in high school through the Young, Gifted, and Black program, the Accounting Career Awareness Program, and Young Executives of Color. How many of you guys know the Young Executives of Color program? Amazing. YUC is such an amazing program because early on in the development of students, it shows them the potential that they have by starting their careers early on. So, the first time I got into YUC was actually pretty funny. My mentor was like, do you have a LinkedIn? I was like, what's a LinkedIn? It was we really didn't know, like, at that time, and a lot of students who come from my background, they just don't know. A lot of our parents, they're not crazy working professionals who are doctors and business professionals. A lot of them, they're the janitors who work in this building. They're the janitors who clean these bathrooms, and they're working tirelessly so that their students can at least get to a school like this. And programs like YUC open the opportunities for us to look beyond what is familiar to us. And that's why I'm such a big advocate to the program. Now, when I'm looking back at my experience here at the UW, I think as much as UW has invested in me, I think one of the best parts of being a UW Husky is being able to invest back into my community. I think being now a mentor in the program at the Young Executives of Color, and being able to see how I can help the development of 12 individuals, 12 potential Huskies, seeing like all the amazing things they're doing. One of my mentees actually just recently raised $12,000 for Puerto Rico.
Wow.
He's a high school student. And I was like, wow, well, I think I did like a GoFundMe. I think I might have given, $20 or something. $12,000? That's amazing, right? And there's so much that we can do when we're, truly motivated to do so. I think, the opportunities that UW has also opened to me have been unbelievable. And like Osman was saying, just one opportunity can do it. Through YUSC, I got my first internship, and it was an internship at Microsoft. I was a high schooler, super weird, it was crazy. I walked into the office and I had my interview, and I was waiting in the lobby for my second round interview, and by the time that the next interview had come out, they said, "You got the offer." I was like, "I got the offer?" I was like, "I don't have to go home, you guys told me I got the offer here?" And they're like, "Yep, you got the offer." And through that, I got to intern at Microsoft for a full year as a high school student, trying to manage, being an international baccalaureate student while trying to intern. And that experience opened up so many more opportunities for me. It opened up the opportunity for me to intern at Concur, and later on to EY, and now at Apple. Personal development that these programs granted. We really need to understand that these programs, they're connecting inner city students, immigrant students of all kinds, underprivileged students. These programs are literally the lifeline to giving us the opportunity to do more. And we really need to work hard to ensure that every student has the opportunity, just like myself. Now, when it comes to some of the difficult parts that I've had at the UW, I must say it's the lack of diversity, and not only in the faculty and staff, but also in the student body. And I want you guys to imagine that. So you guys know where Kane Hall is, right? Huge hall, 400 person, 600 person hall. Imagine being one of maybe 2 African Americans in that room. Imagine the difficulty that you have there, how uncomfortable it may feel. That's the reality that many Huskies face every single day. And just last year, and this is the most recent stats that I have about the Foster School of Business, there are 44 undergrad African Americans and a student body of 1,800 students. And you feel the burden. You're like, geez, I'm gonna have to set the curve. Like I gotta sit in the front and represent my people. You feel that burden. And no individual must feel that burden. We need to be equally represented in our classrooms, in boardrooms. And when we do have a seat in the boardroom, when we do have a seat at that table, what are we going to do with that seat? Are we going to withhold our people from opportunities? Or are we going to grant them with more opportunities? That's the big question that we need to ask. Now, as champions for philanthropy, what do I want you guys to know? Question, why are you doing what you're doing? At the core of everything you do, are we doing this for rankings, to be the top university, or to better our community? At the end of the day, rankings don't mean anything to students. They really don't. The service that we get, the communities that we get to develop, those are what truly matter. The people that we become at the end of our journey here, that is what truly matters. We need more investments in our inner cities. We need to develop pipeline programs that get underprivileged students into the colleges and keep them there. We need to better support immigrant students. And those who are fighting DACA, we need to do whatever it takes to keep them here, because this is where they belong. Now I could talk to you guys all day, but I know we got more speakers, so I want to end with this. I am the product of investments made by generous donors, both in regards to monetary investments, but also time. The more we invest in our communities, the more individuals we will have who will climb up the ranks and give back to the communities that invested in them. Donations give people access, and by not working harder, we all are denying them that access. Thank you.